Mr. Chairman.
William Sio.
Thank you, Chair, for the opportunity to take this call and congratulate your elevation to the new office that you now hold. The title of the bill is the Employment Relations Amendment Bill. And I have to say, Mr. Chairman, that title is very deceptive, that the communities that are listening to this debate will think, well, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? It's simply just a minor adjustment to the Employment Relations Act. But the big deal is it is removing a basic and fundamental right to workers that they currently have, the right that they currently have. And the sad thing is, Mr. Chairman, is that 2 days ago we celebrated the 60th anniversary of the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights. And here we are under a National Act Māori government sending a message to the rest of the world that New Zealand no longer respects workers' rights. That's the kind of message that we're sending with this particular bill. That's the kind of message that we're serving, Mr. Junior Whip. That's the kind of message that we're sending for the rest of the world, and that is quite sad. I have heard the Minister has said in a press statement that the Minister released, says this bill is about opportunities. Opportunities for who? How many opportunities will be created as a result of this bill? 16,000 people lost their jobs a month ago. How many jobs are going to be created out of this bill? Can the Minister answer that question? How many jobs will this bill create? There is no response from the Minister. So I have to say the only opportunities that are going to be created from this bill is the opportunity for unscrupulous employers to fire at will any new worker that comes on board. And here's the thing. I listened to the speech from the throne and there were nice words that came from there. Inclusive government, mana enhancing working relationships, growth in our economy, and higher incomes. How is this bill going to create that when workers are going to have to compete for the jobs? And you know, when workers, sorry, Chair, Mr. Chair, when workers compete for jobs in bad economic times, it means wages are going to go down. It means wages are going to be driven down. And this, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair, reminds me very much of the old national attitude and behaviour towards workers. Attack the workers. But more so, what they are targeting under this legislation, and I quote from the press statement released by the Minister, they are targeting the long-term unemployed people, young people, people returning after absences for child rearing or sickness, people with disabilities or mental illness, migrants, people with overseas qualifications, and people with convictions. Those are young people fresh out of school, new to the job site. They don't have any rights under this bill. Those are women returning to the workforce, new employees wanting to make ends meet. They lose their right to a personal grievance under this law. Those are migrant workers, those are Māori workers, those are Pacific workers. And if the constituent of Māori, the community that I represent, which I'm proud to represent, if they're listening, they are going to be saying, well, we're grateful that we didn't vote for a National Act government. But those are the communities that this bill is targeting. And I'm going to ask the Minister, how will these communities' rights to personal rights be protected? If they are going to be sacked for any reason, without notice, without explanation, who is going to protect them? If you have an unscrupulous employer, sack them because they don't understand the language that is spoken by the workforce, or somebody is wearing a turban, or somebody is praying at the in the bathroom, or they don't like the colour of their eyes, or if they decide to join